Hey guys, so today I'm going to show you one of our repurpose flows. Right now we have two repurpose flows, turning blog post into the social post that you need for it, and the other one is turning your social post into blog post. Video, I'll make sure that there is a link in the notes. You will see how to turn a social post into blog post, which is really helpful if you spend a lot of time on social. But a lot of us, especially if you're hearing this tool, you're writing blog content, and sometimes you may not either want to come up with social ideas for it or have a little problem coming up with what should I now put on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. What should I now put on these places to talk about this new content that I just created? So we created this flow that is going to help you to take the content that you created here and put it now on social, and you can point back to your original blog post. So the repurpose flows are actually in two different places depending on what you're already working on. First, we have it here in the Write New Blog Post. So if you're already in this workflow, we made it easy for you. Just when you get to step 4, you'll see both of the repurpose flows here. And also, if you're just coming in to say, you can do this with any blog post, even if you have not used SEO Assist to create that blog post, and you just want to go straight to repurposing, you know what you came here for, right? Then you can come here where we have the repurpose flows here as well. So we're going to go to repurpose blog into social. All right. And here we don't even have to answer any additional questions. We are just going to paste our blog post. And I just rewrote a blog post for one of my clients. And so I literally just grabbed that blog post here. Only thing I'm going to do, and it's not required, but instead of having these emojis here, I'm actually going to replace them with the numbers. Again, not required. I just want to make sure that it's clear that there are 4 steps. And then hit submit. This takes up to 600 word blog posts. And what I tell most people, if you have more than 600 words, which honestly you should, but if you don't, it's okay. We have actually an expand flow for that. But generally 600 words is what's going to get you a good amount of social content. If you have more than 600 words, so say you have 1,200 words, I recommend actually doing it twice. Do the first half of the blog post and then do the second half of the blog post. And the reason why is because most likely you said a lot of really good stuff. So you don't want to limit yourself to only skimming like the top 10 of the best things. If you've said 1,200 words, you probably have 20 or 30 things. So it's better to break them up. And that's why we limit it here in this post. But you could see here, as I was talking, the results popped up. It usually takes between 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on how much content you have and, of course, how many people are hitting the system at the time. But for each of the social posts, it's going to give you the quote you can put on a quote card, the caption you can put in the caption. And if you're doing it as an image, it's going to even give you an idea of this would be a good image for this. So this particular blog post here was about mark making that we just copied over, and he's an artist, so that's why this was what that post was about. And so going back here, you can see it talks about mark making is vocabulary we use to communicate in the viewer. That's actually a quote from the post. And then in our caption it says, discover the power of mark making. And I could either make a quote card and put that like with the quote and then the caption, or I could use a photo here and use a photo of an abstract painting featuring bold and expressive marks, right? And then use this. So you'll see it gives you 10 quote card image kind of captions like these. It also gives you some longer ones, some longer social captions. So if you're like, I wanted to say a little bit more, it gives you some longer ones for Instagram and LinkedIn, specifically with those in mind. And then one of my favorite parts is that it also gives you a few video, TikTok, and Reels ideas. So if you're like, I want to talk about the fact that I wrote a whole blog post, but I want to do like a quick video to lean into it, or, talk about little parts of what I talked about, it's even going to give you that here. So embracing texture was one of the things that was talked about in the blog post. And so That's also what it's recommending here for a TikTok video. Mastering the language of mark making. The whole video talks a lot about how it's like a vocabulary, how it's like a language. You guys saw that in that other quote above. So this is one of the really good ways to keep your content very consistent. Make sure that you've got that consistent message across all channels, and save yourself a lot of time, especially if you're doing this for clients. You literally can say, okay, this is what we wrote for you. Now this is what we're generating for your social post, and everything's in line. Even if you're not using SEO Assist for the blogs, as I mentioned, you can copy any blog in here and get this social content. So another one of my favorite flows. I know they're all my favorite flows, guys, but you guys definitely need to or want to spend a lot of time with this one. You will enjoy it, I promise. And if you like these videos, want to hear more about how we use it, how we use the tool, how we create better content, little content tips like I always give, make sure you like and subscribe the channel. If you want to check it out, make sure you head on over to seoassist.com/demo, and you can sign up for a live demo, or you can go to seoassist.com/try7 and sign up for our free 7-day trial. Enjoy, guys.